That is my story, Ya Ammi Abu Qudamah. Please keep it a secret between you and me, otherwise my rewards will be gone. He said, it's my secret. He said, Abu Qudamah, I kept my eyes watching this young boy. The next day, the enemy arrived. It was fierce. And we attacked and charged. I looked behind me where Muhammad was supposed to be standing, and all of a sudden he was right in the front. And he did not have any experience in fighting because he could not hold his sword. Muhammad had deceived Abu Qudamah. He said, I could not reach him anymore. But he was right in the front line. And he would call out the message of his mother. If you meet them, then do not run away and show them your back. He would call out like that. Allahu Akbar. And he would fight whoever would fight him. He would fight whoever would hold the sword against him. He would protect that person and then that person. Until finally Abu Qudamah said, dust grew so much in my eyes and I lost sight of him. I did not know where he was. Finally Allah gave us victory because we were fighting for a noble cause. And at the end of the victory, we started looking for our martyrs. And then I just wanted to find Muhammad, the young boy.
So I looked and I looked and I looked. And while I'm walking in a pool of blood, people died left and right. And I'm asking, have you seen that young boy? And nobody is willing to identify that young boy. A weak voice came from behind saying, Ya ayyuhan nas, O people, please call Abu Qudamah for me. Oh my son, I'm here. And I looked at his body and it's almost cut into pieces. And I start wiping, taking the end of my soul, and I start wiping the blood out of his face, saying, what have you done to yourself? And the young boy, he responded, Ya Abu Qudamah, don't use your thobe. My thobe is already bloody. Use my thobe. Forget about yours. He said, Wallahi, I cried more. I cried more.
He said, my son, I told you that the war is very fierce. Didn't I tell you that the battle is not what you think? And didn't I tell you that you are still young? I told you, my son, and you had to go forward. Why have you done this to yourself? And he looked at him and he said to him, Ammi Abu Qudamah, this is what my mother raised me for. My father died for this cause as well. Do you want to deny me? And you of all people, Ya Ammi Abu Qudamah, you are telling me to go back when Allah says in the Quran, and what do you fear when fighting in His cause? He said to him, Ya Ammi, this is what I want. Wallahi, I could see my palaces in front of me. If only you could see what I could see, Ya Ammi. And then he said, but I require one thing of you. My mother, when you reach her, she'll be very saddened. And she may not believe you that I have died in the cause of Allah. So I want you to take this piece of my shirt and show it to her, so that she can relieve her sadness and know that I am in Jannah. And that what she has raised, she will also be in Jannah with me. Let her know that do not be saddened, my mother. I died and you will be with me forever in eternity in Jannah. My mother, I died in the cause of Allah. Now it will be a guarantee that you will be with me and we will be together with my father. He said, because nothing else will calm her heart. He said, Ya Ammi Abu Qudamah, I also have a young sister. Her name is Fatima. She's only 8 years old. She has grown up with me to love me so much when my father passed away. And I love her extremely. However, my her love I have never seen like that before. She's too attached to me. When you reach her, please try to look after her. Please try to calm her down. Please try to say soothing words to her, for I fear her consequence. She loves me too much. And don't show her my shirt. Abu Qudamah promised. And then while he was holding him in his arms, young Muhammad began to smile. And his smile grew. And then it grew even more. And then even more until he began to giggle with laughter. And he said, Ya Ammi Abu Qudamah, la ilaha illallah. Inni la ajidu al-mardiyata jambi jambi. The woman that he saw in his dreams, her name was Mardiyah. Mardiyah, the pleasing one. He said, Ya Ammi Abu Qudamah, look at her. She has just come down from the sky and she is lying beside me holding my hand. She's waiting for me, Ya Am. Allah sadaqani wa'dah. He gave me what He has promised. I am going to Jannah with Mardiyah. She will keep me company, Ya Ammi Abu Qudamah. Our secret between you and I. And then he died while he was biting onto his lip and saying to Abu Qudamah, Ya Ammi, remember our secret. And he died and went to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Abu Qudamah went back to his land, into the village in Raqqa. And all the women went out to meet the mujahideen. And then came the mother of Muhammad, searching for him. And then she came up to Abu Qudamah and she said to him, "My son, where is my son?" Abu Qudamah looked at her and said, "He passed away." And he says he fought in the front line without returning back, and he did what you had advised him and what you trained him to do. He said, "I do not believe you. I don't believe you," just as her son said. And then he said, "But he told me to give you this shirt." And she looked at his shirt, and she looked at it and examined it, and she knew that it was the blood and the stains of her young son Muhammad. And then she cried and put her arms up to Allah, and she said, "Alhamdulillah, the one who has saved my son. I will now definitely be guaranteed that I will be reunited with him and my husband." But before that, Abu Qudamah saw something, a young girl racing towards every man, fluttering like a butterfly, touching this man and looking at him, then touching another man and looking at him, then turning another man around and examining his face like a young child does. And Abu Qudamah knew that this was Fatima looking for her brother. And so I went up to Fatima and I grabbed her and I hugged her and kissed her, and I said to her, "What are you looking for?" And Fatima said, "My brother, Muhammad. Where's Muhammad? Where's Muhammad? Do you know where Muhammad is? I love him. I want to see him. And he promised me that he will return." Because Muhammad said to Abu Qudamah, he said to him before he died, "I promised my sister that I'm going to return, otherwise she would have never left me." He promised him that he's going to come back. Where is he? Abu Qudamah started to cry. "Fatima, your brother says Assalamu alaikum to you. And he says that soon you're going to meet him in Jannah, inshALLAH." She said, "Jannah? Did he die?" Abu Qudamah said, "Yes, but he died a noble cause." Before he could finish this word, Fatima took a very deep breath and she fell unconscious to the ground. He came to pick her up, but the mother raced to her and she said, "Leave her." And she took her daughter away. Abu Qudamah knocked and knocked, but it was too late. He heard the mother inside crying and saying, "Oh my Lord, my husband died for your cause and he is in Jannah, insha'Allah. My son, I have sacrificed him for you, Ya Allah, and I have raised him. Please do not deny me my presence and my unity with him in Jannah. And now my daughter has passed away and followed her brother. Ya Allah, my husband, my son, and my daughter, they are all to you. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong, and to Him we shall return. Oh Allah, guarantee me a place in Jannah with them. Oh Allah, unite me with them." And she began to cry until her voice faded away. Abu Qudamah kept knocking, but she would not open for him. He said, "So I left her and I went away." Until this day, my dear companions, the story has remained unexplainable to me. I do not know what happened after that. And so relate the stories to them so that they may contemplate and think. Not stories that are lies, but stories of true fact that will make you come closer to Allah and into Jannah. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite us in Jannah. I thank you for listening, my dear brothers and sisters. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.